I hope you are well and staying safe out there. I wanted to do this video as a second one to the healing video I've just done on anxiety, OCD, with a little bit of pampering and ASMR all thrown together. It's before this video. And I wanted to have a frank discussion about anxiety and the spiritual side of things, just a little chit chat about it, and see if I can inspire you if you're suffering from that, to be helped in some way. Okay, and yeah, and we'll see what else comes up. So I'm going to do my usual spiel. If you are, if you're coming back to this channel to watch it, then and you know the standard warning I give beforehand, you can wind this on. And thank you for subscribing, by the way, and coming back. If you're new, and I've got a few new ones, thank you to my new subscribers. Very grateful you're here. I hope I can help you and just inspire, really. So I have to tell you that I can physically see my guides, the alien guides. They come from another dimension. They are shadow people, without a doubt. I also connect with the angels, so I can physically see them. So they walk around me, and you may see my attention divert, and I'll start talking to them. They may speak through me, so I may spit my words out. I have even been known to talk in a different language, so yeah, one that no one understands. So just a word of warning, and I may start to speak very fast. That's because I'm getting a download of information for you. Okay, and I'll do a lot of different videos. I do healing videos, I do general reading videos, spiritual chit chat, and about what is spooky goings on around me. I talk about that as well. So just another word of warning. I refer to my guides as men in black because they go around in black suits, or it looks like that's me because I see them in black and white. Then they warm up and go into colour, and it's, oh my goodness, it's all different stuff. But I normally see them as men in black. That's the only way with the sunglasses that works. That's because they're coming on the vibration of their protection for me. Right, now that's out of the way, let's get on with it. So anxiety. Well, I've suffered from anxiety since, I keep getting 7 in my head, but when I really understood it, it was from the age of, 11. I had some things at 7, but 11 is when it really started to come in for me, and OCD as well. And that was really difficult for me because back then they didn't expect children to have that kind of thing. Okay, it's only coming out now that young people, have it. And it all got worse when I had glandular fever, or that's what they thought I had. What I think it was my functional neurological disorder, as they call it, which involves a lot of different symptoms, and it isn't to do with stress, as a lot of people think it is to do with. That can be a component of it, but not everybody who has FND has stress or anxiety problems, but they tend to put it down that way. So I think I was ill with that, but they didn't understand it. They still don't understand it. I haven't got a clue. Anyway, so the progress we've made. Anyway, so I had that. Then I got very down, anxious, and I got depressed. And I was that was when I was 14. 11, I had different things, and then I had that. I was off school for a very long time, and then I had that and went back, and that was really hard to deal with. I could barely walk down the street. I felt so lightheaded. I felt all sorts of weird things. Yeah, horrible. So I know what people are going through. And suffice to say, this what has been going on since then. It's been, I had different, like, extreme versions of it. I learned to live with it, but I had extreme versions of it, if you want to say, at certain key points in my life. At 14, and when I was 17, I was doing my A-levels. Oh my God, I could barely eat in the morning. My mother kept forcing toast down my throat. That's another story. And you must have something to eat. And I used to bring it back up. This is before when it was horrible. I used to be sick. And then I'd be very nervous, lots of OCD, I was on tablets, I've been on antidepressants, which in my opinion, yeah, sometimes you need them to get back on an even keel, but if you can talk about it and get help that way, do, because they're horrible things. I've been on them off and on for, when was I? In my 30s and various times, and now I won't touch them. I won't go near them. But sometimes you do need that little boost to get you up. So I'm not going to rule them out completely, but definitely don't have it as a long-term thing, because I even got accused once of my personality changing on a certain brand by my friends. So I've become very sensitive to a lot of medication. Yeah, so I don't bother with it. Even antibiotics, I don't know what's happening there. Maybe it's a spiritual thing, I don't know. But anyway, what I'm trying to say to you, so when I do these videos, I'm coming from my own experience as well. I've had it recently. My son and I got COVID, and very mildly. I'm double vaccinated. Trying to hide from it is just, I think, I know people have to. Some people really have to. But it's very difficult, because it came and found me here, and I didn't go out. I mean, I said in the healing video, I don't like going out because too much, because it's not just about the going out and the risk. I'll wear a mask, everything, but when I go in the shops and stuff, but it's not just that, it's the coming back and having to wash my hands 6 times, and oh my god, I touched the door, wipe the door down, wipe everywhere. Yeah, it's horrendous. I was doing that. I had a hand washing OCD thing, the hygiene thing, since 11, definitely 11. Yeah. Once time I was waiting to go to a different high school to everyone, because my parents wouldn't put me in the one that was a bit dodgy, shall we say, and they wanted me to go to a really nice one that my cousins had been to, and I had to go on my own. There were 2 guys, 2 boys who were going, but I wasn't really friends with them, so I had to go on my own, and I was terrified. And the whole summer it came out through my OCD. My hands were red raw, and of course people get impatient with you, frustrated with you, and you're like, I can't help it. I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. And it's got worse in the pandemic, and it will have done for a lot of people. So, I sympathise with you. I mean, I have another thing where I have, if objects are lined up, the toilet has to go to the left. It's just wacky. I have to laugh about it, otherwise I'm going to say. Anyway, so I just wanted you to know that when I'm doing these videos, yeah, and I suffer terrible IBS through anxiety. I've tried changing foods, whatever, and yeah, foods do aggravate it a bit. Sort of sitting bent over writing all the time, but a lot of it's anxiety. Yeah. So how do I deal with it? Well, I when I was young, I dealt with it 2 ways, right? And one way is brilliant, because of this book. I ended up stopped carrying beta blockers to take. I've had full-on panic attacks. Yeah, they were terrifying. I once had one on a train. I thought I was having a stroke. It was horrendous. I couldn't get off. It was non-stop from Milton Keynes to London Euston, and intercity. It was just horrendous. So I really sympathise with you. So I found this book, and it's quite old. Susan Jeffers, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And if you're, just starting to experience anxiety, that's what you've got to learn to do. Feel those anxious things and don't let it stop you, okay? Don't let it stop you. There's a video you can watch. I'm very into music. I'm absolutely obsessed with music. It really helps me write. It helps me calm down. It inspires me. That's another thing you can do. Yeah, meditation, whatever. I find music works for me. It can alter my mood. I once had a doctor tell me that the way to distract myself and stop the panics, to stop the racing thoughts, everything, was to listen to music. Now, yeah, you can have your soothing music, but if I'm feeling down, I listen to inspiring music. And I found a lot of stuff on YouTube recently that's they're mixes of things, and you get people who get a song and then they put scenes from a movie to it. And I found a great one called Unstoppable by Sia, and it's got, I don't know if you've seen the movie Lucy, but it's got all the scenes about that, and you know, a small woman, blonde, who's, you know, getting kicked around and everything at the start, and then she becomes really powerful. Check it out. I will try to find the link for it and put it in the description, because that will make you feel better. It will make you, you've got to be bigger than this anxiety. You've got to show it who's boss, and you do not let it stop you doing anything. It's just a program in your head that needs closing down. You know, it needs changing, or, you know, your head needs rebooting. I'm always rebooting and programming it a different way. Okay, but this book is absolutely just helped me, and I ended up carrying it around rather than the beta blockers, and I used to get it out and read it if I felt stressed in it, because it used to make me feel comforted. And I bought it from my son, who suffered terrible anxiety through isolation, because it had come through him, and inadvertently, despite having tests saying he's negative and everything, but it's somebody he knew had the COVID, and it came to me, and he was feeling very guilty and down that it had come to me, you know. But I'd been doubly vaccinated, and yeah, I got it, but it really helped me. But I'm not getting to an argument about vaccination. You make your own mind up about that. I'm not interested in, you know, comments about that. So okay, I mean, even now talking to you, you know, I sometimes get a dry throat, you know, all those symptoms, when you feel like somebody's got your throat like that, and you feel like you want to be sick, but it's not from here, from your stomach. It's like a phantom wanting to be sick around your throat. That's the only way I can describe it. And I get that, you know, I've had that today. So yeah, okay, this book is brilliant, and this is what you've got to do. Okay, feel the fear and do it anyway. Don't let anything stop you. You're unstoppable, as Sia would say. Okay, so that's how I dealt with it. The other way I dealt with it, which is something that's affected me that I have to work on now. It worked at the time, and yes, I've had a lot of counselling, and my counsellor basically said that wasn't working for me anymore. It's done. I need to find a new way. I used to use anger, and I used to get angry with myself, and I used to, you know, right, I remember being out with my ex-husband when we were teenagers, and because we met at 17, and but I think I was 19, something like that at the time. We went out for a meal, and I was so sick of feeling lightheaded and sitting there nervous. Going out for a meal was horrendous. People watching you when you're eating, all that social anxiety stuff. Oh yeah. And I remember sitting there thinking, I'm not going to take this anymore. This is not going to happen. You get yourself together. And it was a real stealing. It was like real brute, like a gladiator sort of, this is it, we're stealing ourselves, and we're getting through. And when I got angry, I found that I became powerful. I felt strong. Nobody was going to hurt me. Nothing was going to, you know. So it helped, and it carried me through all sorts. I got my degrees, I got my child, I got everything, because I just, you know, I went through it and I did it with that, getting angry at myself. But now I'm getting a bit of a fallout from that. So I don't fully recommend you using anger. Anger can be channeled and can be helpful, and it can be constructive, but don't overdo it. Because when you start I had a lot of things I'd squashed down from my relationship with my parents through narcissism and or abandonment issues, all sorts of things like that. And I had squashed it. I had been the tough one, steal, taking it. And that's taken a toll. I got my divorce and I found out I was angry about so many bloody things, you wouldn't believe it. And I've had a lot of fallout with that. And yeah, self-harm. Yeah, woman my age. You talk about young people doing it all the time, and it's not just young people. I've read up on it, and there are people in their 80s doing it, and we get ignored. So all sorts of things. I had to face a lot of stuff. A dark night of the soul, my God, yeah. So excuse me, I am suffering anxiety at the moment. I've been anxious all day. And now I get it in a spiritual sense, which means something's coming. So I know something's coming. But I don't think it's bad, whatever this thing is that's coming. I hope it's going to be good for me. But yeah, I get a lot of... Sorry, somebody's standing on my cupboard. Stuff like that. And it's I'm learning how to deal with it in different ways now. I've calmed down a lot, but it's still there. And I'm having to deal with this. I'm having to release this anger. So I get angry at my guides. I get angry at everything. I want everything now because where I'm at this stage of my life, a divorce, I didn't expect to be here. Well, no, that's a lie. I did expect to be here at some point. I've wanted one for ages now. I'd squashed everything. Squashing is not the right way to do it. You need to voice what's bothering you to somebody, but you need to do it constructively. No anger, just calmly, yeah? And ask them to understand where you're coming from, yeah? You have to be assertive. I couldn't be assertive. I squashed it all down. I tend to be assertive when I am pushed right to the edge, and then I come out fighting, and then everybody gets a shock because the quiet mouse in the corner all of a sudden has a voice. Yeah, and funny enough, today I had one. It takes something I feel passionate about to do that. But because of the divorce and not getting into my own place like I wanted straight away and doing this, that and the other, all sorts of things. I lost businesses, I've had everything go wrong, yeah? But I'm climbing my way up. I'm trying to work 2 businesses at the moment now, so I'm climbing my way back up. But it's really hard, and I'm very angry at my guides for, pushing me in wrong directions and stuff like that. But that's my thing to work out, that's ego. So I've lost my train of thought now what I was going to tell you, but it's very difficult because, as I say, anger can help you, but it can also destroy you. So don't let it get a full hand on you, but release it, find a way. Even if you go in your room and release it, I often do that. I end up, trying to get rid of it. My guides help me with that. They always say, we'll deal with it in-house, madam. So, and that's, yeah, they've been helping me release a lot of anger. I didn't know I could even hold that much, but apparently I did. Still bits coming out, but we're getting there. I don't think I'll get rid of it because I'm still using it to a certain extent to motivate me and propel me forward. I am writing so much. It's great motivation for work. It's like, come on, all the time. Yeah, and that will get me through. That will get me through. And that's an example of it being used constructively. Although I tend to run into and this is what you've got to watch, to the burnout stage. And then I get even more frustrated. And it's like, no, rein it back. It's like going along motorway, at a high speed. And then you've got to have a break. So you come off down the slip road and it's like, oh my God, I've had to reduce speed. Speed demon. I hate that one. When I could drive, I haven't been able to drive for the FND for quite a few years now, but I used to drive me nuts coming off the motorway, because you get that speed up and that, but you can't burn out. So use it constructively to get you through your anxiety, and also use it as motivation. But beware, you can't use it for too long. Yeah, it'll make you ill. So anyway, yeah, assertiveness. Learn to be assertive, but constructively, calmly. As I say, I tend to need to be pushed to the edge. And at the minute, I'm completely on the edge because I'm way out of my comfort zone. Being divorced, being here, all these things I want to achieve. I am way out of my zone here. So I'm on the edge like this all the time. They keep bringing me back, and I keep, you're too slow, you're too slow. Because in my head, I need to be in my safe place. I'm trying to get that safe place. My God, it's taken forever. It's really rattling me. So, yeah. So when anything happens now, I have learned to become a lot more assertive. Because of all these attacks that I've had, I call them attacks. They're lessons probably about everything. Losing businesses and all sorts of, vultures coming at me when I got my divorce. So I don't even start by romantic relationships. I can't be doing with that. All I want is my career at the minute. So, but today I had a guy, he sent me an ebook library to an author. Didn't realise he was sending it to an author, where he's buying books off Amazon and he's selling them on. He's changing them into PDFs and selling them on. It's a breach of copyright. He's selling my work, everybody's work, not just mine, loads of authors. I was furious. So I sent, I thought, right, this needs to be dealt with. I need to deal with this. So I sent a copy of the email to Amazon, who are investigating it. Sent a letter back to this guy, an email, telling him, look, you think I'm J.K. Rowling and that you can just take money, steal stuff and I won't miss the money because I'm so wealthy. No, this is my livelihood. I work damn hard. I give lots of books away for free. My books are reasonably priced, and you are trying to get money off my work. Really having him assertive. And then I put all this stuff on Facebook. I want people to see what this idiot is doing because I have lots of friends who are authors. And he had the nerve to come back to me and justify himself. So I've basically gone back, told them very politely, constructively, no swearing, no rubbish like that, very calmly, no, you breach of copyright, it's already been investigated, you've had it, I suggest you stop doing it. And now I've blocked him because that's it. Know when to stop as well, yeah, because you hold the power then, okay? You hold the power. You may be shaking inside, you may be ready to have a massive panic attack, whatever. I suggest you feel the fear and do it anyway, because I had a friend once who said that other people can smell the fear on you. Okay, she said, I've got my sign out today, and I used to have mine, because people will actually, when you're anxious and you've lost confidence, people will walk into you because they're not seeing you. I've had people nearly sit on me, yeah, because I used to be, yeah, right? You've got to realize you're an important human being. You are entitled to space on this planet. You're, entitled to physical space, mental space, everything. You have rights. Everybody has rights. Everybody is to be respected. I don't care who you are, what colour you are, how tall you are, if you've got green spots and come from outer space. I don't care, right? I'm not interested. I never understand all this rubbish anyway about, you're not as good as me. Oh, God. Idiots. Anyway, everybody deserves to be respected, okay? And that includes you. And you have to stand up for yourself, okay? Shake inside. Hear your IBS growl away at you. Stand your ground, yeah? Stand your ground and do not be frightened. You have rights. Stand up to these people and start realizing, come out of that fog you're in, because you'll find a lot of people take advantage. They know that fog's there and they do things and you can't see because of it. It's amazing once the dust settles. And I have seen so much. I have seen think I did a video on it. You are powerful. You can check that video out. Right? Just how many toxic relationships have been around me, and how many people have known that I can't see my true self and my own power, and have manipulated that and used it. How many people have abandoned me because I didn't feel good about myself, and they just treated me like dirt. Don't have that sign, you know, like my friend was saying, you know, kick me, whatever, you know, you can do what you want to me today because you stand your ground, because there are too many people in this world that'll step all over you to get what they want and take what you want. Okay, so next time I'll be talking more about the spiritual stuff, but I'm gonna have to leave you now because my son needs to come in here because he's going skydiving, so which I'm terrified about. Anyway, I shall see you next time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and take care of yourselves, okay, and stand your ground. See you next time. Bye.